Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly mention that we are running a 40% discount code on G Fuel this weekend. So if you want to get in on that, use coupon code SMITH40 and follow the top link down in the description. So it has come to my attention that the entire zombies community, and yes, I am standing right now, okay? The entire zombies community has been talking about DLC 5. Now, I've kind of purposely not made a video about DLC 5 because I feel like everyone is just kind of saying the exact same thing.
With what will be in DLC 5 for Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Talking about DLC 5 100%.
Do I believe in DLC 5?
Topic of DLC 5's possibility.
DLC 5 have kind of been swirling recently, sparked by a recent video on another channel
that you guys may know as DLC 5.
This year in 2017. Now,
I feel like everyone is just kind of saying the exact same thing, and that is, yeah, I think it's gonna happen. The thing is, all we can really do is speculate. But there's been a lot of people asking me to make this exact video. Also, I don't know why I'm still wearing this dress shirt. Now, there's been a lot of people asking me, Patrick, can you make a video as to whether you think DLC 5 is going to happen or not? Now, listen, I am a believer in DLC 5, but I have no proof. The only thing that I have to prove that DLC 5 may or may not happen is I see Activision as a company and they want to make money, and DLC 5 would probably make them a lot of money. So I don't really want to talk about, well, is Activision going to do it or not in this video? More so, I want to talk about what happens if Activision decides to do it. They open the floodgates and give us 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 new or remastered zombie maps. That would be awesome, but again, I really don't have a lot of evidence about that. Let's talk about what happens if they actually do this. Let's say Activision goes for it, and instead of releasing new maps, they give us 4 or 5 remastered maps in DLC 5. So let's just say, for theory's sake, we get a remaster of Moon, Transit, Buried, and Origins. If you're throwing a 5th map in, let's call that Mob of the Dead. Now, you may be asking, Patrick, where did you come up with those maps? That's kind of random. Shameless plug, I had a whole conversation about this on my second channel, so if you want to check that out, link in the description. Whole 30-minute conversation about DLC 5 and why I think it's going to be those maps. But yeah, let's just go with Moon, Transit, Buried, Mob of the Dead, and Origins. The real question that is going to arise is, what are the remasters going to entail? What are they going to put into these maps to make them better? They're obviously going to update the graphics and make the maps look nicer, like they did with the Giant and like they did with Juris 2.0 and Black Ops 1, but what are they going to do to these new maps? Now, this leads us again to a lot of speculation, and I don't want to do that with DLC 5, so let's look at what Treyarch did in previous remasters. In DLC 4 for Black Ops 1, they remastered the 4 World at War maps, Nocturne, Toten, Verrucht, Shinonuma, and Derice. The remasters were very basic, however, including new guns, updated graphics, all on the updated Black Ops 1 engine. Origins with Black Ops 3 box guns. I would be down for that. I think the better point in case to make, though, is what they did to the Giant. Gobblegum machines, updated characters, a new Easter egg, a new specialist weapon, Stamina Up and Deadshot were added, a much-needed update in graphics, as well as Black Ops 3 guns. Oh yeah, and it just tied into the storyline a little bit. What I'm getting at is the Giant basically set up all of Black Ops 3. So that's where I think Black Ops 3 remasters are heading. Assuming we were to get 5 full remastered maps, Moon, Transit, Buried, Mob of the Dead, and Origins are probably going to get a pretty big remake. Pretty good makeover, if you will. Now, I want to talk about Origins specifically, for no other reason than the fact that it is my favorite zombies map and a lot of the communities. If they messed up a Transit remastered, I wouldn't be too upset. Let's be honest, there's not much more you could screw up with Transit. But let's look at Origins. The characters are going to be the same, as well as probably the whole storyline plot. Now, maybe what they would do at the Easter egg is it veers off into another direction. It's a different universe, a different event where Origins took place, but not the one that we saw originally. Basically, this Origins could have nothing to do with the normal Origins that we know, and it's just like this own pocket of a world. But I'm not Mr. Raffle Waffles. I don't want to get too much into storyline. Let's look at the gameplay side of things. Now, the big changes that would occur on Origins as far as gameplay goes would be new weapons, new perks, and the addition of Gobblegum. Now, the first two don't scare me so much. It's Gobblegum that has me really worried. If they were to add a new perk in, the only new perk we've seen since Origins is actually, crazy to think, is just Widow's Wine. And honestly, they might even take out PhD and just give us like the normal 9 Black Ops 3 perks. That would be a little bit sad, but it really is a possibility. New weapons, I mean, I would be so down for that. Like, I can always go back and play Black Ops 2 Origins. That would be awesome. Just to see, like, you know, the Haymaker against the OG Panzer. As far as Black Ops 3 weapons go, they are a lot more powerful. And if I had my way, I would like to see some Black Ops 2 guns in the box and maybe some Black Ops 3 guns. Like, update most of the guns, but maybe throw an SMR and a War Machine and an RPG into the box, as well as like a Galil, or perhaps that gun known as the Ray Gun Mark II. I'd just be a little bit down for that. So there might be some balancing issues as far as all that goes, but let's just consider, guys, what Gobblegums will do to the remasters. They will fuck them up. Okay, so I just want you guys to consider, I know a lot of you guys out there probably don't have as many Gobblegums as I do. I think I've bought like 3,000 Liquid Divinium over the course of Black Ops 3. If you have a couple of Perkaholics or Shopping Frees or Immolations, double points, honestly, like, that instantly ruins Origins. The number one reason Origins is so special to the Zombies community is because it's a challenge. I've been doing a lot of Easter egg speedruns on Origins, and if you guys notice, it's a challenge, okay? You play a game, and sometimes you actually have to restart because you just get a bad roll of the dice. But that's what makes it fun. When you get a good roll and you get the Ice Staff on round 4 and you have all your Wind Staff parts by round 5, that is like the best feeling ever. But now just consider how easy Origins would be. I spawn into the map, I turn on Generator 1, and I pull a Shopping Free. I run out the door, past Generator 2, straight to the excavation site, opening up the bottom door and the top. From here, I open up Stamina Up, I go to the church, open up that area, and then I open up the upper church. Round 1, all of Origins is now open. Round 2, I pull a Perkaholic. I now have no need to turn any of the generators on because I already have all my perks. But wait a second, Patrick, you're forgetting Pack-a-Punch. Oh, except, yeah, you know that thing called Wall Power? Well, I got that. Bullet Boost? I got that. No generators turned on, entire area of the map opened up in 3 or 4 rounds. I am set and good to go by round 4. The only thing I need to do now is know how to build a staff, and I mean, that's really not the most difficult task you could throw me. The thing that makes Origins so fun is there is so much stuff you have to do, but it's rewarding. And I can make this argument for any single map. Really, the only map that wouldn't be so affected by Gobblegums is Buried, simply because you need Leroy to open up everything. You can't, you don't have a Gobblegum for Leroy. That being said, Buried was almost kind of ruined anyways by the bank. Like, you could get all your perks and you could get Pack-a-Punch by round 1 anyways. So really, it's like the exact same thing as adding Gobblegums in. Actually, Buried might benefit from adding Gobblegums because it would make it harder if you took out the bank and just added in Gobblegums. But that really wouldn't be the case with a map like Moon, Origins, Mob of the Dead, even Transit. Okay, there's an argument for Transit too, but good maps, I just feel like they would lose a lot. You down on Origins, man, that's a big deal. But as soon as you go in throwing Perkaholic and On the House and all this stuff, it's just nothing. If Perkaholic or On the House or even Unquenchable had it been a thing in Origins, I know not everyone loves challenges, but I think the Rainbow Perk is one of the defining challenges now of at least Black Ops 2 Zombies. The reason that challenge did so well is because there were tasks involved and there was an end goal. You get the shovel, you get the golden shovel. Then you get the Ice Staff and you start looking for zombie bloods. Then you have to go around the map and there's 16 areas you have to search through to find extra perk slots. And you slowly build up your perks till you have 8 or 9. But once you have the option for something like Unquenchable or Perkaholic, that challenge just loses its value. So I don't know, I just feel like Gobblegums on some of the remastered maps are going to ruin it. A lot of the time when I stream Black Ops 3 Zombies maps, I won't run Perkaholic or all my good perks because I know it's gonna make the challenge less entertaining. On the other side, it would definitely switch those maps up a lot and give it a completely different dynamic. So I'm not saying that Gobblegums would be the complete devastation to these maps. More so just, they would change a lot, and maybe not for the better. For a map like Buried and honestly Transit, I think Gobblegums would be a great addition, to be completely honest. Remove the bank, remove the fridge, and you can throw all the megas into those two maps. But if you were remastering Moon, or Mob of the Dead, or Origins, I don't want to see all of these mega Gobblegums. I think the coolest thing for them to do would be to just simply add the normal Gobblegums. So, you know, like in plain sight, even an alchemical, you know, that would be reaching for it. But just keep it like the normal Gobblegums. That would switch those maps up without completely ruining them and just making them boring. Maybe make an option to use Mega Gobblegums, but like it doesn't count as a ranked game or something like that. Because, you know, once you start getting into Perkaholic, not everyone can afford 3,000 Perkaholics, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that Gobblegums would be the ruining of some of these maps. But that being said, I am really, really excited for what is probably going to be DLC 5. And the more that YouTubers make videos for you guys and you see this and we get a good response and positivity out of, yeah, DLC 5, Activision's going to see that, and the more support we have for DLC 5, the more likely they will be to actually release it. All that being said, guys, I'm going to link in the top of the description a whole like 30-minute conversation I did about this on my second channel, More Smith Plays. This conversation starts about 30 minutes in, so I'll make sure to include a timestamp for you mobile people, but I really recommend checking that out because I go and break it down why the 5 I mentioned, Moon, Transit, Buried, Mob of the Dead, and Origins, why those are the 5 maps that have to be remastered. It's a pretty good like theory kind of talk and all that stuff. Also, I just did a new video with Mr. Dalek JD, so if you want to listen to that conversation or a conversation with Mr. Delexify or the one I was just talking about by myself where I talk about DLC 5, all that down in the description. But anyways, guys, that's it for the video today. I really like standing and recording videos. I feel like I have more confidence and I feel like more energetic and lively, and I just feel like my brain works better when I'm standing up. I don't know. They say sitting is the new cancer. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about that, and I'll see you in the next one. PewDiePie. Woo!